I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm Jennifer Charlee, and I am a full-time artist and illustrator. I like to make cute and fun illustrations that usually have animals and some sort of plant life like succulents in them. My goal for this channel is to show you the inner workings of my art process and share in my art journey with you. I'll be making time lapses of artwork, useful tutorials, and product review videos. I want to show an authentic view into an artist's life and have involvement from the community as my style and skills change and develop. I also want to start a dialogue about the issues facing artists and really any creatives. I'm also a really big advocate for self-care. I want to help others learn the best ways to take care of themselves. I really hope that this can be a place where we all learn and grow together. Okay, a tiny bit more about me. I'm currently 28 and about to be 29 on the 5th of February. And I'm pretty certain that I'm an INFP on the Myers-Briggs personality scale. Once in a while, I have an extrovert tendency, but I'm pretty classic introvert most of the time. I'm married to an extrovert, which actually balances out our relationship in most ways, I think. I'm currently a full-time artist, but I have many interests and a background in psychology and marriage and family therapy. Now, on to the picture. I recently found the hashtag #MeetTheArtist going around Twitter, and I thought it would be a really great way for me to introduce myself and my YouTube channel. Those that have participated typically draw themselves and their likes and dislikes, sometimes their favorite colors, and usually what they carry around with them. I decided to add a few more extra details that you'll see in the picture. At the beginning here, you've been seeing me go over my original sketch, and I'm using a light box to help get the permanent line marks down onto a piece of watercolor paper since I'm going to be using wet media. I also want to mention here at the beginning that I'm using a Micron black ink pen as well as a koi watercolor set. A lot of my pieces start this way, where I will use a sketchbook or some sort of scrap paper where my original design is, and then I'll use some means of transferring, such as a light box or transfer paper, onto watercolor paper or some other paper that's more fitting for the type of medium that I'm going to be using. I'm actually spinning the paper around a lot because I didn't love the way I had sketched out everything compositionally in the first go around, so I really wanted to fit everything together in a nice solid rectangle shape, kind of using the different pieces that I sketched out like puzzle pieces, fitting them together. I'm adding some additional arrows and text in here to better just describe the different items I have, or a little fun facts about me or my pets. And I also include at the very top that I often feel anxious and sometimes depressed. And this is definitely something that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and something I know that a lot of artists and people in the creative community have to deal with. This is why I want to talk a lot about self-care and coping mechanisms on my channel. First off, I wanted to add my favorite colors. You'll find greens, purples, and teals, and blues pretty prominent in a lot of my work. Since I'm mostly a traditional artist, I really wanted anything that had writing on it in this picture to look like it was pieces of paper and that it was taped down with different washi tapes. I actually have a really large washi tape collection, and a lot of these are painted in the designs of the ones that I have. This outfit is something I wore just the other day. I've actually been moving toward having a more minimal wardrobe with lots of blacks, white, gray, and a few pops of my favorite colors. Usually paired with blue jeans and comfy shoes. Having a minimal wardrobe has actually really lowered my anxiety since they are all my favorite pieces and there isn't too much to be decided on each day when I'm getting ready. To be honest, since I work from home, I'm actually usually in some sort of comfy sweatpants or PJs, and I stay in that until I would need to leave the house that day. I may or may not be in pajamas right now, but I guess you'll never know for sure. And just to let you know, this isn't an exaggeration. My hair really is that long. Anyone who knows me in real life will know that I've pretty much had long hair my whole life. When I start my day each morning, I pretty much always have a nice hot cup of coffee, even if the weather's a little on the hotter side, which tends to happen pretty often here in California. And I'm going to be jumping around a lot on the image of where I'm painting. And the reason I'm doing that is to make sure that each of these different parts are completely dry before I go in and paint something right next to it. If both parts are wet, a lot of the time the colors can run if they touch, and that's just not the look I'm going for this picture. And my essentials here are my wallet, which usually just has receipts from art stores in it. My laptop, and my cell phone.
You ought to know that the world isn't fair. This life doesn't owe you anything. It's in your hands to make your own luck, live your own life your way.
And here's a detail I just had to add. Here's a close-up of the animals that also inhabit my home. The black kitty's name is Obi, and the gray and white one's name is Lando. Well, sorry. Their full names are Obi-Wan Katnobi and Lando Calrissian. My husband would be pretty mad if I didn't say their full names, since he's pretty proud of them. Lando's pretty devious and does get into a lot of trouble, whereas Obi tends to be afraid of just about anything. And on the right here is our Beagle and Boston Terrier mix, named Link, the pup of time. Such long names. During the day, you can usually find the cats sleeping or doing their own thing. Lando's usually getting into trouble. And Link likes to stay by my side or sleeps on the couch all day. We actually are a pretty perfect couch potato family. here I'm painting my artist name, and underneath that, Fairytale Fox Designs, is my store name. This is the name you'll find on Etsy, as well as if I'm visiting some sort of convention where I'm selling as an artist, this is the name that you'll find. Okay, let's get the dislikes out of the way before getting to the good stuff. I like to think of myself as a fairly positive person, but things that really put me in a bad mood are really hot weather, public speaking, raw onions and mushrooms, ugh, and anyone that just won't be empathetic to others and their needs. Now, I don't mean this about people that are incapable of feeling empathy, because that's definitely an issue for some people, but I'm talking about those that just can and choose not to really try to understand other people. We all really do have a lot more similarities than differences, in my opinion, and it's not that hard to really try to understand other people's points of view, and it really can make life a lot better for everybody. Okay, on to the likes. First off, I love Doctor Who, Pokemon, Zelda, Steven Universe, and Studio Ghibli. There's really a lot more, but those are my main favorites. You'll see a lot of fan art based on these fandoms, and I'll probably always draw them. I also love collecting art supplies. I mean, what artist doesn't really? And I love succulents, and I add them a lot to my artwork. I also love cool rainy days where you can just sit inside with a cozy sweater, blanket, and hot tea or other beverage. As I mentioned before, I have a birthday coming up this month, which is really exciting, and I'm about to be 29. So I figured I might as well add 29 to this piece because I'm only 28 for a couple more days. Here I'm just adding a few more details using that same tan color throughout the piece since I have it mixed. And here's a great shot of what I take with me all the time. I have snacks and art supplies, lots of art supplies. The travel watercolors on the right there is what I'm actually using to paint this right now. And the two pouches, one of which I use all the time that has the foxes on it, was made for me by one of my best friends. I'm also adding some patterns to my washi tape pieces, and yeah, just going through and adding the purples now and some of the other colors into the watercolor palette. You can see for my art supplies, I usually take 2 pouches full of things, drawing, markers and pens and pencils, a ruler, usually multiple colors of ink, multiple colors of markers, and one of my favorite sketchbooks is the Cotman mixed media pad that has the spiral binding on the left. And as we're getting to the end of the video here, I just want to mention again that any supplies I'm using will be listed down below, and make sure that you go ahead and follow me on social media. I have those links down below as well. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram because those are where I update things the most and show progress shots and videos and get to just dialogue with you guys. And make sure to ask any questions you have about this artwork or other things that I do down below. And if you have artwork ideas or challenges you'd like me to do, make sure to suggest those down below as well. And don't forget to like or subscribe if you're interested in seeing more from me. I'm so excited to meet you all and see you on this art journey.